ladies and gentlemen, the bell just rang, and we are here for Kota Ibushi taking on Doc Gallows. We have the Bullet Club represented, Kota Ibushi, kind of a solo act on his own, not really affiliated with any bigger stables.
Absolutely, and I mean, for both of these guys, I think this match is much win. They're coming in with an 0-1 record, respectfully. And yeah, Doc Gallows taking it to Kota Ibushi straight away. And Doc Gallows, he's got the straight power advantage, but Kota Ibushi is so quick. And I think we got our answer yesterday how the knee was going to hold up after that grueling match with Tanahashi, and it held up fairly well, so, he's still got that speed advantage. And we're seeing it right there. What a spin kick to the gut there of Doc Gallows.
Absolutely. Doc Gallows back to the corner, Ibushi with the back elbow. It's worth noting that Doc Gallows, probably the less talented of the two members of the Bullet Club heavyweight tag team between him and Anderson. Anderson, huge win yesterday over Shinsuke Nakamura. Doc Gallows, not so lucky.
Oh, and there's Kota Ibushi off the ropes. And look at the dexterity, the balance of Kota Ibushi hanging onto those ropes.
Oh, but a big boot sends him down.
What a kick by Doc Gallows. See, that's the thing about Doc Gallows. Not only is he a big son of a gun, but he does have that athleticism. Again, to your point, maybe not on par with Carl Anderson, but still impressive for a guy Doc Gallows' size nonetheless.
Yeah. I think that between Doc Gallows... Oh God! Gallows just grabbed Ibushi by the neck, lifted him up, and dropped him on his chest on the outside of the ring. This might be one of those situations where Gallows tries to get a count-out victory.
And I certainly couldn't blame Gallows for that. I mean, he's got to be a bit frustrated with himself, losing to Tenzan in his first tournament bout. And I think he's really looking to get back on the right track. Kota Ibushi, again, took Tanahashi to the limit in his first bout, but still came up on the losing end.
Yeah.
So for both of these guys,
this is a rough little situation for Ibushi, but he does roll back into the ring. Very dazed, though, you can tell.
Oh, absolutely. Well, when you get tossed like that, how can you not be dazed?
Gallows with a clear advantage at this point. He's walking around strutting like there's no sweat even broken. Ibushi, in the meantime, struggling to find himself.
Well, again, that's just the big differential between both of these guys. Ashton is Kota Ibushi clearly has the speed going for him, but Gallows just has the power.
Ibushi dropped into a tree of woe. This could be bad.
Oh, and the low drop kick. Oh, right to the chest, it looks like, of Ibushi.
Yeah.
And, can you imagine the jolt that sends to your system getting drop kicked by a man the size of Gallows? Right
I probably could imagine it, but I really don't want to.
Exactly. And now you see Gallows just keeping Ibushi grounded. Now look at the pointed elbow strikes right in that same chest area where the dropkick hit earlier, and then a clubby blow right to it.
Yeah. Do we know what Doc Gallows' finishing move is?
I think I don't know if it's still like that arm trap, like falling bomb, like, we used to call it hanging from the Gallows in WWE, or if it's like a Baldo bomb with the double neck kind of throat throttle, or the double hand, I should say, throat throttle. And now Gallows there in the corner, measuring the strikes. Oh, man, so precise with the body blows, and then
just an uppercut. Yeah, that uppercut sounded horrible.
Man, if you're Ibushi, it has not been a fun time in this tournament. I mean, Tanahashi picks your leg apart, and now Gallows is just running roughshod over you. But Ibushi defiant. Or at least trying to be. I don't know how much defiance you can have when you're being worn down the way. Oh, and the fish hook. Right in the mouth.
And from what I understand, I just did a little bit of research, and from what I understand, yes, Doc Gallows' finisher is the choke bomb, the double choke power bomb.
Exactly. And now look at this vertical suplex position.
Here, though, and beautiful.
Nice snap variation. Yeah. Doc Gallows, man. And I like that. He kind of imposed the power, but now it's kind of more measured offense. You saw him really being calculated with each body blow in the corner. Now he measured that leg drop. Doc Gallows, I think he's taking a more conservative approach now that he's really slowed Kota Ibushi down. I like that. I like that shifting in mental gear, so to speak, from Doc Gallows.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of go all out to get the advantage and then use the advantage and just kind of milk it.
Exactly. A nice measured kick there again to the chest of Ibushi. I mean, and this is where you want Ibushi. You know, you want him grounded as Ibushi now tries to fight up. There's the forearm. There's another forearm. But a quick knee to the gut there by Gallows immediately gets the playing field back in his favor.
Something I feel we haven't really talked enough about is the size advantage here, because sure, Doc Gallows is a big guy, but Ibushi is one of the smallest guys in the heavyweight division. Let's not allow ourselves to forget he's only been a heavyweight for about 7 months now, maybe 8 months at most.
Exactly. And you saw Ibushi buy himself a little bit of time with that Pele, and now he's pulling himself up in the corner. Gallows charging, and oh, what a boot to the face there.
Yeah, Ibushi got the foot up, and big drop kick from Ibushi to Gallows, sending Gallows to the outside.
Oh, man, and Kota Ibushi starting to feel it. I don't even know if he's still all together, though, from being tossed earlier to the outside, and then just everything that Gallows has put him through.
Is he going to maybe go for some kind of a crossbody, or...
It's going to be the moonsault, and there it is.
Triangle moonsault. Gotta love it.
That is signature Ibushi right there. So crisp, so fluid. Executes it to perfection.
Would you even go as far as to say that that's vintage Ibushi, John?
Yeah, we don't rip off B commentators here.
Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, Ibushi taking it to Gallows now. And, I mean, again, you know, how would Gallows, what would his mindset be if he were to go 0-2 in his personal block? I mean, that would be so disheartening for him, especially when you see your tag partner succeeding, you know, to your point earlier, Ash, and getting that big win yesterday over Shinsuke Nakamura. Cover there by Ibushi, and Gallows kicks out.
And prior to the cover, Ibushi hit a beautiful, didn't even hesitate, just a giant missile drop kick on Gallows.
Exactly. I mean, Ibushi, he does aerial offense like nobody else.
You do not want to get a waist lock on Doc Gallows. He will not let you get away with that.
Well, you're not going to win that battle if you're Ibushi. I don't really know what he's thinking here. As, oh man, now Gallows kind of powering through. Oh, sends Ibushi in the corner. Oh, what a shot to the face there. And Doc Gallows, man, just having his way right now.
Ibushi just, I think, well, both of these guys trying to get up to their feet here. Ibushi with the forearm shots to Gallows. Goes off the ropes. Gallows with the uppercut. And then the kick to the gut. Gut wrench gets him up and just drops him down on his face.
Absolutely. I think, you know, Ibushi is maybe the comeback he's needed. And I'm hoping he can mount an offensive here because, I mean, Gallows, I mean, say what you will about him, but I don't think he really allows for many openings. You make a mistake and it's over.
Oh, it looks like Gallows wants some kind of a vertical suplex variation here. Lifts Ibushi up. Delay. And, into a jackhammer. Dropped him into a jackhammer. Oh,
beautiful. Beautiful maneuver there. And Doc Gallows just imposing his will. Good God, what a powerhouse.
I mean, it looks like he wants that choke power bomb.
Oh, man, if he hits it here, it's over. Kota Ibushi's got to stay alive here. Can he do it?
Oh, Ibushi with he went for the Rana, but Gallows stiffed him. Gallows lifts him up almost into AJ Styles clash position. Has him up, last ride maybe, but no, Ibushi rolls through. Gets him into a pinning combination. 1, 2, 3! That's it!
He got him!
He got
him! He got him, and Gallows cannot believe it. Gallows is incensed. Kota Ibushi survives. He is 1-1 in his tournament block. Wow. I can't believe it. What an upset here.
Man, I don't even know if I would call that an upset. I think that's just Ibushi not screwing up where all he had to do was not screw up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And Gallows is about to go insane.
Absolutely. He is just absolutely incensed. He cannot believe that this happened.
He looks super psychotic with all the face paint kind of worn off, too.
Oh, man, and you can see his expression tells the entire story. He is 0-2, and Kota Ibushi just so relieved.
Yeah, Ibushi's on the board. That's what matters. Ibushi got himself
Absolutely.
On the board. He's not going to get shut out in this G1.
And Kota Ibushi, fate smiled down on him quite gladly tonight. He survived Doc Gallows. How will the rest of Kota Ibushi's tournament experience shake out? you know, you'll be here for all the best coverage, and I can't wait to see it. I think Ibushi's really going to make believers out of us all just yet.
Yeah, I mean, this year, Doc Gallows might just be the 2015 equivalent to 2014 Tomoaki Hanma, who didn't win a single match. Did you know that, John? Hanma didn't win a single match in last year's G1.
That's crazy to think about.
He went 0-10, or 0-9, I guess it would be. Pretty brutal, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of, especially when you're a part of the Bullet Club. I mean, how is Doc Gallows going to answer to his brethren like that?
That's a
0-2.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And I mean, if you want to think about it on even a smaller level, I mean, how is Doc Gallows going to look at his partner Carl Anderson as he's making the ascension to the top?
Oh, wow. Speaking of Bullet Club, though, we transition right into our second G1 match of the night. Bad Luck Fale. I can't remember who his opponent is, though.
I believe his opponent is Makabe, if I'm not mistaken.
Ah, yes, that sounds correct. Yeah, I believe you're right.
And Bad Luck Fale, man. I mean, look at the size of that man. The underboss of the Bullet Club.
He's gigantic. I mean, he is a massive human being, rocking the frickin' trilby and the sunglasses. Just looks ridiculous, in my opinion.
Hey, styling and profiling, my man.
Well, yeah, I guess you could put it that way. He's got a Styles in his stable, so.
Yeah, I mean,
gives
absolutely.
Him the right to use that word whenever the hell he pleases.
Yeah, dude, are you gonna tell him no?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
definitely not.
You can, I mean, anybody can do what they want with Bad Luck Fale. Just keep me out of it, please.
He looks very menacing. All right, I'm waiting for Makabe's music to hit. It's taking a little while. Actually, you know what? I think because with New Japan World, we kind of have some strange audio settings going on. I think that, Makabe's music already hit, and you just can't hear it because New Japan World's audio is all kind of messed up. But Makabe should be making his way out here, and it's really taking a while. This is kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on, at this point, but, I mean, Bad Luck Fale, again, nobody's going to tell him anything. He'll wait in that ring all night if he has to.
There's Makabe. He came out. He looks really angry. He's kind of got that stiff lower jaw going on. He's one of those guys who, even though he's not super big, he's just one of the most intimidating people on the planet.
Well, I mean, that's what makes him the never open weight champion. I mean, that championship I have come to learn, goes around the waist of the best. And, Makabe would certainly be in that class.
Yeah. Oh, and we just got all audio back. So for those of you that are watching this, the audio kind of skipped out in the 150 area, and then it came back around 150, 130 something. Right now we're at 150, 145, but it's just a really weird audio situation. And even on New Japan World, you would expect it to be kind of taken care of a little bit better.
Yeah, you would think, but I'm just glad that we're back on the grid. As you see Makabe, just a face of all the intensity in the world.
Yep. Oh, wow, Bad Luck Fale with the shoulder block taking Makabe down. Makabe needs to regroup. He rolls under the ropes and actually out of the ring.
Bad Luck Fale does not give a crap, and I think after losing to Naito, which I think Bad Luck Fale considered a very embarrassing loss, he does not want to take that stuff from Makabe tonight.
Well, Fale, got him, and yes, indeed, Bad Luck Fale is as bad as his name implies, in the badass kind of way, though, not the negative kind of way.
Absolutely. I mean, here is a man, he towers over everyone. And, just insanity, the ability of Bad Luck Fale.
He is just clobbering Makabe on the outside now. It looks like he is... Man, I feel like I'm saying this at least 2 or 3 times a night now, but it legitimately does look like Bad Luck Fale wants the count-out victory here.
Absolutely, and you can't really blame Fale for that. I think when you're in a tournament like this, but doesn't count-out victories only have a 1-point value, or how does that work?
A victory is worth 2 points, but a draw is worth 1 point.
Okay.
So any kind of victory would be worth 2 points. But it doesn't
Right.
look like he's going to get the victory here. It looks like Makabe's making his way back here, but he's going right into the arms of Fale. So it's
Yeah.
really not really the best of ideas. He probably should have been a little more tactical about that. And Fale just standing on Makabe.
Oh, good God. It's so rare to see, Makabe get manhandled like this. I can't believe it.
It looked almost like Fale was
Unbelievable.
going to go for the back chop, but then he ended up punching Makabe in the gut. That was kind of a weird fake out almost.
Absolutely, man. Maybe Fale trying something different. I mean, the experience with Naito, I think they have made Fale, try a different game plan. And I mean, Makabe, I just can't believe he's in this position.
And Fale just grabbing the ref and kind of tossing him aside. The ref obviously isn't going to disqualify him because it's G1. It's kind of a big deal. Makabe
Right.
fighting back now though, but Fale with that one punch to the gut sends Makabe down to his knees.
Oh man, oh my God, unbelievable. And Makabe I mean, he's just really struggling here. And Fale, to him, it's just another day at the office. And that's the really scary thing about a Fale, whether it's a right hand and either the gut, whatever he does, it's 10 times as impactful as if you're dealing with a normal human being, because, I mean, look at him. He's a tower in himself.
Yeah. Bad luck Fale is bad news at the end of the day. And he is absolutely manhandling a beast in Makabe right now. And now is
Yeah,
with the Tongan grip on his almost on his lats, his lat muscles.
absolutely. I mean, just absolute insanity. You know, just Fale just imposing his will just on the whole situation. I can't believe what I'm saying. Like, I'm almost rendered speechless seeing Makabe, the same man who we've seen go toe-to-toe with Tomohiro Ishii, just being ragdolled here by Fale.
Yeah, it's really, really weird. It seems seems just wrong, to be honest. Makabe is such a beast, and he's just this monster, really. But
Absolutely. Well,
I mean, how much of a monster can you really look like standing next to Bad Luck Fale?
I don't know. And that's a very appropriate question. I mean, when you're standing side by side with a man like that, not even the never openweight champion, who, again, I cannot stress enough, tough as anything. I mean, nobody's going to question the heart of a guy like Makabe. Nobody.
Oh, but it looks like Makabe's starting to power up a little bit. And again, you have to question, where was this Bad Luck Fale on day one? And yeah, Fale with a punch to Makabe, but Makabe looks like he is not having any of it. He looks like he's finally going to show up for this match. Seems like he's been
Finally.
absent.
Absolutely. And Makabe now firing up with the right hands. And now Fale is going to have a challenge here. Finally, Makabe is showing up. This is the never openweight champion.
Yeah, it seems like he was just kind of not even around, not even present for the first chunk of time in this match.
Absolutely. I mean, Bad Luck Fale was in total control, and that's an understatement. But Makabe now showing all of us, and oh my God!
He
But
wanted a
look at that
Northern
though.
Lights, but Fale blocking it.
Fale stuffing it with the front face lock, and then the clubby blow to the back. Off the ropes is Fale. Makabe there with the clothesline.
Not easy to take a band like Fale off his feet, though.
No, it is not. But if anybody can do it, it's Makabe. And oh, check the boot, and then they got the clothesline there on the rebound.
And now he took Fale off his feet.
2, and Fale kicks out.
And of course he does.
I'll tell you what a victory it would be for Bad Luck Fale to beat Makabe.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to wonder, would that make him the number one contender for the Openweight Championship then?
I would imagine so. I mean, I can't see why not. And now Makabe down because Fale hit just a vicious Samoan drop.
Yeah, a lot of guys that use the Samoan drop make it seem like just another bit of offense. When Bad Luck Fale does it, it looks like it would just take all the breath out of you.
I mean, the guy's the size of a house. Like I was saying earlier, like any kind of standard offensive maneuver, if you have Bad Luck Fale doing it, it gets so amplified, it's ridiculous.
He honestly, every time I see him, he reminds me of like a miniature Rikishi. Like he's similar in stature, but he's just more fit.
Exactly.
Like a
And you've
lot
seen
more
a
fit.
These guys are, exchanging forearms here.
And he
Makabe
wears a
not.
significantly more appropriate amount of clothing for someone his size.
Indeed, without question. And now these guys just trading soup bones here. Makabe, though, with the one with the give. Surprisingly, Fale getting the better of the exchange.
Yeah, it's so weird. Makabe is making Fale look like an absolute beast.
Oh, man, the splash in the corner.
And then
Oh,
another
God.
big splash coming, and he lands it.
Oh!
1, 2. Oh my God! I thought that was it. Holy crap!
I don't care if Makabe had the ability to kick out or not. I may have just eaten the pin if I was Makabe. I mean, I actually like to eat my food, in solid form, not take it as a liquid. And Makabe.
Oh, Makabe wanting the swings and finally connects on the third one. Third time's the charm for Makabe with the clothesline.
And now he's going to go to the top rope here.
That's
That's not
not
really.
something you usually see him do.
Oh, and
Oh,
that's
and it was a
why.
mistake.
Oh, that's
Fale
why.
caught him.
Fale. Oh!
Oh, but he broke it.
Tried going, I think, for the spike. And what a chop to the head of Fale.
Almost a single hand Mongolian chop. Oh, the Fale with the spear!
Fale with the just taking Makabe, ripping him in half. Good God! And now Fale's got Makabe, I think, in powerbomb position. What's this gonna be? Or is this gonna be like a toss?
Edge, it looks like.
Oh, and the toss! Oh my God, that could be it. That could be all.
Yeah. And
wow.
That's it. Wow. Yeah, that was not so much Razor's Edge as it was like a Hernandez-style border toss, just through the guy.
I cannot believe that Bad Luck Fale has beaten Makabe.
And again, I have to ask. I asked it earlier. I'm going to ask it again. Where was this Bad Luck Fale on night 1? You had Tetsuya Naito, dude. You could have taken him.
Absolutely. And I got to be honest. I mean, I know I was talking up Fale all match. The guy's a house. He's this, he's that. But I would still color this one an upset.
Absolutely.
Makabe got, I mean, really, he had a flurry at the end, Ashton, but I mean, really, it seemed like Fale was pretty dominant for, I'd say, 90% of the match, and some experts may argue that I'm being generous in that estimation.
Well, and I still have to wonder, first of all, where was this Fale on day 1? But more importantly, does Fale now, did he just earn a never openweight championship match?
I mean, you'd have to imagine. I mean, he beat the champion. If that's not a way to contendership, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
And Bad Luck.
I think he's actually held that title before, too.
Absolutely. And I just look at the Bullet Club. They're having a much better night in comparison, to the two previous nights, especially, night 1.
Yeah, I mean, they have one loss under their belt with Doc Gallows having a loss, but...
Right.
I don't know, man. It looks like the Bullet Club's luck is changing around. Last thing we need, though, is for a random frickin' Toru Yano upset over AJ.
And that's what's coming up here. I mean, probably one of the more intriguing matches you are going to see, folks, at G1.
And as it turns out, I was wrong about Bad Luck Fale having been an openweight champion. He never has.
Ah.
The only people that have ever held this title are Masato Tanaka, Tomohiro Ishii, Tetsuya Naito, Togi Makabe, and Yujiro Takahashi.
Ah.
5 guys have ever held this title. It was actually created, the promotion itself, or not the promotion, the championship itself was created in 2012, November 2012 to be precise.
Well, I mean, if you're Bad Luck Fale, you've got your eyes locked in becoming the 6th ever never openweight champion. I mean, what a dominant performance by Bad Luck Fale, and AJ Styles hopes to follow it. I mean, folks, if you ever want to know what a contrast in styles, pun not intended, ever looked like, it's in this match, because AJ Styles, no nonsense, very technically sound, obviously can take to the air. Toru Yano, I would almost consider him like the Loki of New Japan, a trickster. Loves, always using any kind of advantage, to get the upper hand. Not so much about, his bodily acumen,
that's
in terms of athleticism.
Yeah, that's Loke, not Lowki.
Exactly.
Actually, Loki, I think it is. The Thor character, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The god of mischief.
Not the shitty wrestler played by Brandon Silvestri. That guy's a douche.
But, Toru Yano. I mean, he's mischievous, and for him, it's not about athleticism or anything like that for Toru Yano. It's amplifying, and just accentuating the dangers of his environment. Whether it's exposing a turnbuckle, the metal behind it, or using a steel chair, or what have you. Toru Yano, I think is
Roll-ups.
roll-ups. I mean, he's a psychological wrestler, and I know that may seem odd given the prior description that I've give Toru Yano, but he plays on the mind.
You
You
say
know.
psychological, I say psychotic.
Exactly. And
Toru
AJ,
Yano is a closeted psychopath, man.
but I'll tell you, I don't know if that's going to phase AJ Styles. I mean, the man just put the gun to his head, symbolizing the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
AJ Styles, he's been around the block. He's seen all that there is to see in pro wrestling. I don't know if Toru Yano can bring anything so unique that it could throw AJ Styles for a loop. But you know what? Again, I mean, folks, for those of you underestimating Toru Yano, I mean, I could understand why, but I'd advise against it because yesterday, when Toru Yano used AJ Styles to kind of spear Tama Tonga, and then he rolled up Tama Tonga and got the pin and actually was on the winning end of that match, it showed me that Toru Yano, all it takes is one good maneuver to get the victory, and showing those DVDs is Toru Yano now as he makes his way to the ring.
Got to every day.
All day, every day. Gotta pay the bills, man. Gotta
He's
pay
on
the
that
bills.
grind, brother. And he even brought a freaking steel chair out with him.
I mean, Ashton, let me ask you the question, because I always appreciate your insight, when we get to big matches. I asked for it yesterday, Carl Anderson, Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm going to ask for it here. If you're AJ Styles, I mean, how do you approach a guy like Yano? And I think the bigger question is, if you are Toru Yano, you realize the stature of AJ Styles. I mean, do you just go to the dance doing what you know, or do you try and change your strategy a little bit? Like, what is your mindset going against a guy the accolades of the phenomenal one?
Okay, well, if you're AJ Styles, you need to shut the goofy shit down at the start. Toru Yano tries to undo the turnbuckle pad, you kick him in the head from behind to take him out and not let him do it. Toru Yano tries to do that little pose that he does with his arms, trying to be like RVD. You, rather than going high so that he can just duck it, you do the frickin' sweep the leg Johnny and take him out from behind. You need to shut down the nonsense. And if you're Toru Yano, you really need to be doing everything in your power to throw AJ off his game. And I think that's a great first step right now, ducking back behind the ropes, not letting AJ get his hands on him to start the match.
And yeah, again, it's just like, oh, and look at that, AJ making a mistake there. Even though it wasn't offensively painful, it's psychologically humiliating getting hit with an empty water bottle. And AJ doesn't know how to deal with it. Wow, I thought AJ would be a bit cooler, a bit calmer. And oh, look at that, though, just grabbing the leg.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got to sweep the legs with that because he doesn't expect that.
Now AJ there with the right hands there, and then sends Toru Yano into the
Oh,
guardrail.
and he
Wow, it
broke the
collapsed.
guardrail down and everything. That's how hard he hit it.
AJ, man, does not like being embarrassed.
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
AJ.
AJ Styles, in order to win this match, he needs to be 100% no nonsense, shut down any and all of Toru Yano's shenanigans.
I mean, I don't say this about many men in professional wrestling, but I think AJ Styles is one case where the arrogance he carries himself with is earned. And, they don't get any better than AJ Styles, from where I sit. And Toru Yano's going to find that out. But look at that. But look at the athleticism of AJ. And that's what
Natural.
I'm talking about.
Just so natural.
And now look at this. The fly. Oh,
Oh,
Toru
but the
Yano,
chair
though.
to the face. Again, like I said, Toru Yano, if he wants to win this match, he needs to pull out all the stops. He needs to pull out every little bit of veteran experience and savviness, and he needs to stretch and bend and maybe even break the rules as much as he thinks he can get away with.
And using the chair again. I don't even know. If I was Toru, I don't even know why I relinquished the thing, to be honest. I'd keep using it on AJ. I mean, why not? If the referee hasn't admonished you before, he's not going to do it now. And you're
Yeah.
dealing with AJ Styles. I mean, this is a guy that's beaten Tanahashi in the middle of the ring for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. I mean, AJ can go, and that's an understatement.
I think he beat Okada for his first run, too.
Absolutely. I mean, AJ, he's beaten the best. He's fought the best. He's beaten the best. He's learned from the best. And Toru
He's
Yano,
among the best.
he's among the best. I mean, exactly. And Toru Yano, maybe about that mischief and mayhem.
Attaboy. AJ throws Toru Yano out of the ring. Might we be getting a Fosbury flop here?
Maybe.
I don't
AJ,
know.
though,
AJ might be holding on. No, he's going for it. Oh, just
baseball
a
slide.
baseball slide. Very nice.
I like how AJ's keeping it conservative. He wants to ground Toru Yano first.
And that's my thing, too, because if AJ goes for anything too flashy, Toru Yano seems exactly like the kind of guy that would just walk away and let him hit his face.
Exactly. And oh, look at that Toru Yano's face eating that ring apron there.
Up against one of his DVDs, yeah.
Oh, now AJ's got the chair. But look at the ref.
What?
Wow.
What a freaking crooked ref.
Are you kidding me? Oh, and the rake to the eye there of AJ.
Oh, wow. That's such a good story, though, because it's like the Japanese fans absolutely love Toru Yano, but then as an American, we're looking at this and we're like, wow, this guy's an asshole, and the referee is kind of helping him to do it.
Well, it gives AJ something to overcome. And I mean, again, I think most people would have looked at this match, Ashton, and with all due respect to Toru Yano, they probably would have just written it off. Said, oh, AJ's got an easy day at the office. But now
Oh,
knowing.
I thought AJ was going to do a drop kick there. I
Oh,
guess
and then now here's the drop
there
kick
it is.
right
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. I love AJ Styles drop kick. It's not one of those amazing, like crazy high elevation kick you square in the mouth kind of drop kicks. I just love kind of his body control is extremely impressive.
Absolutely. And I don't know if the referee was just a fan of Toru Yano's DVDs or what's going on there, but AJ Styles better watch himself. Because when a match becomes political like this one seems to have become, it makes it all the more dangerous. And nice diving knee there by Styles, and he is in control. He's got Toru Yano right where he wants him. Look at that cocky cover.
The ref's not even counting.
The ref's not even counting. I think he's telling AJ, you have to make a formal pin cover, and AJ saying that's not how it works. Toru Yano's shoulders were down. You could have made the count.
Dude, this ref is so crooked.
Oh, man. Now Toru Yano there with the forearms. Oh, man. And now, the low drop kick there. Beautiful by Styles. And he knows it. He knows how good he is. And that's the thing, Ashton. He doesn't need your affirmation or mine or anybody else's. AJ Styles knows he's one of the best in the world right now. And now
One
just,
of.
yeah, exactly.
I think there's an argument to be made that he's the.
Yeah, well, and that argument I think is made most vocally by AJ Styles.
Well, I think most vocally by Carl Anderson, who's kind of his advocate. But yeah.
Yeah. But AJ really wearing the leg down at Toru Yano. And I mean, hell, I guess it's smart strategy. I mean, again, I don't care if you're a junior heavyweight or what your weight class is or anything like that. And you tell me a man on one leg that could beat a guy like AJ Styles with two. I'll show you a glass house that stones can't break.
Ha!
There's the figure four there by Styles.
Kind of a modified, almost Shawn Michaels style figure four.
Absolutely. And referee asking Toru Yano if he wants to give it up. I'm surprised the referee isn't making AJ break the hold. And, well, now he'll have to because Toru Yano got to the ropes. I'm surprised that given the ref's, seemingly shady nature, that AJ didn't bring one of his Bullet Club boys out here or signal to one of them so that they can kind of be like an enforcer, kind of muscle the ref to do his job.
Yeah. AJ's just toying with Toru Yano now, but I mean, as goofy as he might be and as easy as it seems like you might be able to take it on him, you cannot take this man lightly because he will steal a victory out from under your face, basically.
I mean, ask Tanahashi, you know? That's all we need to really say about that. And now Toru Yano trying to fight back. I think AJ he was thinking dragon screw, and he responds with the form. And AJ smiling. And Toru Yano yanks him by the hair.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, though. Toru Yano can get away with that kind of stuff with no repercussions whatsoever.
Oh, man, now AJ in the corner here. Toru Yano charges. AJ counters on the apron. And, Toru Yano using the ref. And, just throws AJ off. And now
immediately goes for the turnbuckle.
Again, that's the primacy of Toru Yano's offense is mischief and mayhem.
Unbelievable. He's going to use that turnbuckle pad as a weapon.
And he can. I mean, the referee's out. And, right in the face. Wow. And the referee did see it, but he's not going to do anything about it. He doesn't give a damn.
No, he really doesn't. I think Toru Yano's gimmick is literally just guy who can get away with cheating.
Exactly. And, look at that solid comment.
And see, yeah, you got to sweep the leg, AJ.
Yeah, I got to say, for as good as AJ Styles is, I can't believe that he didn't really, and the forearm to the head, though.
Such an iconic move from AJ Styles.
I mean, that's one of his signature maneuvers that, has been for so many years in his career. Now he's measuring Toru Yano. He may want to put this away right here. He may be
Yeah,
thinking, no, not Styles Clash. No, got caught, inverted atomic drop by Toru Yano.
into the turnbuckle. No, he didn't let him.
Oh, and AJ.
Oh, Styles
Oh!
with the vertical suplex into the exposed turnbuckle.
Oh, God, that's got to be it. And the referee is actually making the count. And, Toru Yano kicks out anyway.
That was surprising.
Yeah, absolutely. Both the kick out and the ref not being corrupt. I didn't think he was going to make that count.
I think the ref tries to kind of put out the front that he's legit, but he just does little things like that that are shit. And like, you know how slow that count was? Like, seriously.
Yeah, it was a pretty slow count, but now AJ signaling Styles Clash.
But Yano lifts him up into a catapult.
And
Into
oh, God. Oh, AJ's face. Oh, he's wobbling. Oh, now he's back into the same corner. Oh, God. Are we about to see a huge upset here? Powerbomb by Toru Yano.
Oh my.
1, 2.
And AJ.
Oh, and AJ kicked out.
And that was a little bit quicker count too. It wasn't a fast count. It was just a little bit quicker than the one that he did for AJ.
Yeah, just a little bit quicker on the draw, but AJ's still shooting the shoulder off the canvas. If he didn't, this match would have been over. And I mean, I know that Toru Yano has pinned Tanahashi, but I still would have considered that a major upset.
Yeah.
And look at that, ducks the clothesline. Oh, almost sends AJ into the ref. Caught the low blow. Pele.
That was beautiful. AJ, that's what I'm saying, man. He's got to cut out the nonsense. Just cut that off at the pass, take care of it, and move on with his offense. And that's exactly what he just did. He tried to, Toru Yano tried to go for the low blow. AJ literally caught it through the arm and right into the Pele kick. Brilliant maneuvering by AJ Styles.
I mean, Toru Yano is proving to be a bigger threat to AJ going 2-0 in this tournament than I thought he would.
Looked like AJ wanted a bloody Sunday there.
But AJ is not going quietly.
Versus it. Toru
And
Yano,
that's how I got the cradle, 2, and AJ still kicked out.
Toru Yano goes for another cradle. Here we go. Oh, no, AJ reversed it into the calf killer. He's got his hands right on the base of the foot. He's got to work him up to the toes for it to reach its full effectiveness.
Oh, but what a counter, though, by Styles, Ashton.
Oh, he's working it up. He's almost there. No, he's back to the base.
I can't believe Toru Yano hasn't tapped yet. And there it is. Yep. He taps.
There we go. That's more like it. That's the kind of AJ Styles that we were expecting from this tournament, right?
Yeah, absolutely. 2-0 now in the tournament. He beat Shibata. He just beat Toru Yano.
I'm going to say it, man. AJ might not drop a match.
He might not. Because to beat AJ Styles, I mean, Carl Anderson calls him the greatest wrestler on God's green earth. And you got to be a little bit better than that to beat AJ Styles, and I don't know anybody who is. I mean, really.
I guess I could see him dropping a match to Tanahashi potentially. Maybe Ibushi, but even that's a stretch for me.
I mean, here's the thing, dude. If I'm Okada, as great as Okada is, and believe me, he is great, every time I look at AJ Styles, emerge from a victory, I clutch that world title just a bit tighter to my chest.
Yeah, well, I mean, Styles is the one that Okada beat for the title in the first place.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a great point, Ashton. That's an excellent point, is that, Styles was the man that got beat by Okada. And you see the little kids in the audience, the young men, I mean, solidarity with the Bullet Club. But, I mean, if you're Okada, you got to wonder, I beat AJ Styles once to be the man. Can I beat him again to stay the man?
This match is the match that I've been looking forward to most personally. Katsuyori Shibata taking on Tetsuya Naito. And to me, this could be a major coming out party for Shibata.
Absolutely. I mean, Shibata...
And I'm not saying that in a sense that, like, oh, he's going to be a breakout star. I mean, just, this could be his moment to separate himself from the rest of the main event hopefuls in New Japan.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, he had a game performance against AJ Styles,
yep.
But of course he came up short, so he's currently 0-1, whereas Naito is 1-0. He won his first bout against Bad Luck Fale,
But it is worth noting that Naito still needs to face Styles, and Shibata still needs to face Fale.
That's true. I mean, Naito
So
versus.
those records could very well even out, and then it comes down to this match.
I think what makes it so intriguing, the Naito versus Styles matchup, you're talking about a return match from Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Yep.
Whereas, Shibata versus Fale, before this night, I probably would have said, well, yeah, Shibata seems to have it well in hand. I mean, he took Styles to the, to distance, but Bad Luck Fale dominated Makabe more or less tonight. And, so Shibata's going to have his hands full when that match comes up.
Yeah, I
And
mean, you almost have to wonder if Naito kind of got lucky in that he got to face Bad Luck Fale before Bad Luck Fale decided to show up.
absolutely.
Because with the performance Bad Luck Fale had tonight, you'd have to imagine that if Naito would have fought him in that state, it wouldn't have been quite so easy for Naito to pick up the win. Not to say that it was easy in the first place, but would have definitely made it more difficult.
And here comes Naito. I mean, we've
Rocking
seen
that
this.
Doctor Doom mask.
Absolutely. And just something very off-putting about the change in this young man. The apathy that's overtaken him. But it somehow has proven effective. I mean, again, beat Bad Luck Fale in his first matchup, and if he beats Shibata, I'm starting to take Naito a bit more seriously. And,
Sounded like you were starting to say his first name, and then you just kind
yeah,
of
Tetsuya is how you pronounce it, correct?
yeah.
So at least I got it right. Yeah. See, I hate mispronunciations in Japan. I have nothing but the utmost respect for the culture and how they approach wrestling, folks. So, you know, last names I find far more easy to pronounce, at least in regards to this tournament. But regardless, I'll tell you what, one word that's very easy to pronounce is winner, which Naito may emerge as here tonight and go 2-0, same record as Styles.
But
Which would.
not if this man has anything to say about it.
Oh, Shibata won't go quietly. You can forget about that. He didn't go quietly against AJ Styles when AJ Styles was picking apart that leg, and he had him in the calf killer at one point. That registered to me the heart of Shibata. This guy has no quit in him whatsoever.
And that's another thing too with Shibata. Something happened on night one that we didn't really pick up on. Apparently, at one point, Shibata had AJ Styles in a sleeper hold, but his right arm is injured, so he couldn't properly lock it in. He ended up biting his left hand to lock in this sleeper hold on AJ Styles.
Wow. I mean, that's just the raw intensity of this athlete. And yeah, I get it, Naito. You've got this whole I don't care attitude. Well, you better start to care because Shibata, he's nobody to mess around with.
Yeah, you want to talk about two polar opposites. You've got one guy fresh off of a heel turn whose entire gimmick is basically I don't even care anymore, taking on a guy who by all means probably should be a heel in New Japan, but the crowd has come to love, who is incredibly intense. A lot of people say he could be the next Antonio Inoki for New Japan, and they're just completely opposite characters. And I really, really love that dynamic.
Well, I mean, Shibata, I think, with every match he has, earns his way back into the New Japan ring. Of course, Ashton making us all aware, early on in the tournament, the whole controversy surrounding Shibata, and especially the heat, the tension he has with fellow performers like Tanahashi. And Shibata, if he gets a win here, I don't know if I'd necessarily call it his redemption. I think winning this whole tournament could constitute as Shibata's redemption, but it's a long and winding road. And look at that, not even putting up with Naito's crap, and that's smart by Shibata. I mean, why not?
Well, folks, as far as Shibata's story goes, imagine being in a war against the world and you are losing this war horribly. You're really not doing well. And one of your friends just says, all right, man, well, I can't really handle the pressure anymore. I'm out. And they just leave. They go join another army somewhere. And then you, under your leadership, get your army into a position where you're much more favorable. You're almost winning this war. And then that same friend that left, all of a sudden now they want to come back and join the army. Your army that you're leading now.
Exactly.
Because that's the story of Tanahashi and Shibata, basically.
It's kind of like a reverse Benedict Arnold. He leaves, but he comes back again.
And
And
Shibata with just taking it to Naito with a big boot over the barricade. Yeah, Shibata is in a zone right now that I would not want to mess with.
Yeah, I would say that I feel bad for Naito, but I was always, taught not to lie. I mean, I feel like Naito has kind of had this coming with him stabbing the fans in the back and just turning on everybody. And, I just feel like Shibata's going to really have his way with Naito. Naito hasn't even gotten his suit off, dude.
Yeah, Naito still has his dress pants and his button-up shirt on.
I mean,
And,
Shibata.
it looks like Shibata going for a figure 4 here. And there it is.
Oh, wow. And Naito there in excruciating pain.
Now, granted, it's not so much a figure 4 as it is a figure P, but still. Very painful looking.
Absolutely. I mean,
For
nonetheless.
those of you that aren't aware, I know there are a lot of people that don't know this. The leg that's crossing over isn't actually the leg that is hurting in this submission hold. The leg that's crossing over is being forced through the other person's leg's pressure to basically push your straight leg's knee in the opposite direction that it's supposed to bend.
Right.
So they're literally using your ankle to break your knee. It's a double whammy there.
And Shibata just stomping on Naito's back, and now Naito finally got up, and there's the low ball dropkick right on the knee.
And that might be the opening that Naito needs to disrobe.
Yeah, really, he hasn't even gotten out of the
say
gate.
that call it a match, but at the end of the day, that's what it is. Naito seriously needs to get that button-down shirt and the dress pants off, unless he's trying to basically be Fandango at this point.
Well, you know what, dude? He might just be saying, screw it, I'll keep it on.
He's going after Shibata's leg.
Very smart, because we don't know if it's fully recovered from Shibata's match against Styles. And oh my god!
Oh, wow. Shibata absolutely ruthless. The drop kick to the leg, which was locked up in the barricade. And now Shibata is in excruciating pain. And you've got to imagine this will be Naito's opportunity to get into his actual wrestling gear.
And now he's doing it. But I still don't know if that's advised. I probably honestly would have kept wrestling in the clothes. You get a move like that, I mean, clearly you could still perform. You don't want to give Shibata a breather, but you know what? He has to know.
I'm going to go ahead and say it, dude. Naito looks less like a jobber with the facial hair.
I agree. It's funny how a little tweak to someone's physical appearance can really change perception.
Yeah.
I mean,
he looks more legit now. He looks more like a potential main event talent, but I don't think Shibata is going to take that sitting down.
Oh, certainly not. But I mean, I think now so many questions have been answered. Just that offensive maneuver from Naito. I mean, AJ Styles started the work. Naito may be finishing it.
What is Naito doing here?
Naito's got some kind of a submission. I think he's going to try and get some kind of a submission going. I don't think he's got it fully locked in. And yeah, I guess a figure 4, from Naito.
Do you know what it is, actually? That's not even a figure 4. If you imagine when somebody locks a figure 4 in and then the person reverses the pressure, this is the inverted version of the reversed pressure figure 4.
Oh, wow.
Because if they would flip over, it would basically look like Shibata has Naito in a figure 4. But now it's like Naito reversed a figure 4, but they're on their backs. That's kind of why it took a little while for Naito to set it up. Because you can see it looks kind of like a figure 4, but Naito's outside leg, the leg that would normally be clamping down on Shibata's foot to make it put pressure on the knee, is actually between Shibata's legs.
Yeah, brilliant maneuver. I didn't realize that Naito possessed that level of technical acumen.
Yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen that before in my entire wrestling fandom. And that lasts back to like 1996, so that says quite a bit.
I mean, you're talking 19 years. You've never seen a maneuver like that.
Holy crap! I've almost been a wrestling fan for 20 years. I feel so old.
That's crazy, right? And now Shibata.
Such an obnoxious little prick to like the 30-plus-year-olds.
I know, right?
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, like, I don't even mean it to be disrespectful. It's just so weird to think that I've been alive for that long, and it's not a super long time. It's just I'm still. I don't even feel like an adult yet, man, and I'm 25 years old. Like, what the hell's going on?
Well, I'll tell you what. Oh, and Shibata, what a forearm to answer with.
Shibata is absolutely answering the call that Naito set out for him, and the forearms just drilling Naito. But Naito answers with a back elbow. Shibata doesn't care, though. He backs him into the corner. More elbow shots, more forearms. And
Naito still with the follow through though, and
again,
oh
yeah,
wow,
Naito just not letting the forearms affect him at all. And then the
oh and this
basement
drop
drop
kick.
kick down to Shibata while he's sitting leaned up against the turnbuckle pad.
Oh wow, beautiful there by Naito.
Yeah, Naito really showing some fire tonight.
Absolutely, he is feeling it without question. And Naito, look at it, just showing the blatant disrespect to Shibata, just kicking him in the head and the face,
Yeah, that's
as if to say, "I can do whatever I want to you," and that's certainly not true. I mean,
he's gonna really piss Shibata off.
oh yeah.
Shibata is one of those guys, and there are a lot of guys like that in Japan, but Shibata's on the top of that list of guys that you really do not want to piss off because he will rip your freaking head off and show no remorse about it.
Oh God, he's undoing the bandage. Oh what a kick!
That was a
Oh
stiff kick too.
oh my God, I think Shibata snapped.
You are gonna
Oh
stay down and let me get my shit in, damn it!
oh God, now doing just the foot
Face
rakes over the
wash.
face.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But you know
Oh
what?
Jesus! He's standing on him and scraping his face with his free foot. Good
Jesus,
lord!
yeah.
Face wash, face wash. There it
Oh, and
is.
there's the face wash by Shibata. Good God. But you know what, Ashton, as perverse as it may sound, maybe this is what Naito wanted. Maybe he wanted to get Shibata incensed because, I mean, you ask any man that gets angry or in a fit of rage, they're
Oh, and
more prone to make
Shibata,
mistakes.
Naito got up again. Naito just no selling Shibata's offense. Absolutely relentless. Naito will not let up here. It seems like Shibata wasn't letting up either, but as soon as he turned his back, Naito was back on him.
And look at Naito here. Oh, Naito missing though the triangle
Oh,
drop
wow.
kick.
He went for that triangle dropkick, and Shibata ended up catching him with a stomp of his own.
Oh,
And
and like a low
Naito with a
basement
kick to the
sick kick.
face.
Yeah, it was like a
Wow.
single kick. Wow.
And Naito
Naito.
looks very out of it right now. Might even be out. He might literally just be knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, ask Naito where he is. I guarantee you he couldn't answer the question. And
All he would know is
Shibata,
Japan. He wouldn't know where in Japan.
exactly. And nice front face lock kind of arm trap suplex by Shibata, but Naito kicks out.
Oh, and there's Naito. He looks like he's a little bit more with it now. That kick out kind of brought him back. Like, okay, wherewithal, let's go.
Yeah, Naito kind of setting up. And I think I just saw him smirk. What is with Naito? And oh, wow, he got caught in the
I
abdominal
thought
stretch there.
I thought that his character was kind of a nihilist, but it seems almost like he's leaning more kind of in the line with a masochist.
Yeah, I think he enjoys it on a certain level. You know, maybe the pain, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe the pain makes him feel alive or something, because when he comes out, he just has a cold and emotionless expression, but he becomes far more animated when he's engaged in intense matchups like this. And now shot off the ropes, and what a
Oh,
flying forearm!
wow! He didn't even take a step. He just hit the ropes and flew, man. That was crazy.
It's like he flung himself at Shibata.
Yeah, with a great forearm, and now up on the top rope, springboard missile drop kick.
And I think he caught Shibata right in the back of the head, Asha. And now what's Naito thinking here?
German.
German!
Bridging
Wow!
German.
Two. And Shibata kicks out, but look at Naito keeping the hands locked
Didn't
around
even
the
really
waist.
kick out. He just kind of shifted his weight to get his shoulders off the mat.
Oh, now the half Nelson.
Oh, half Nelson.
Now the full Nelson. Dragon suplex.
Dragon, yeah.
Oh, but Shibata, so technically sound, knew just how to break out of it, and there's a forearm there. Goes with a kick. Naito duck, ankle
Naito.
lock. Naito with the ankle lock, and oh, look at the bend.
That's not even really an ankle lock.
Oh, God,
I don't
you're
even
right.
know what to call that. That looks almost like a variation of a calf killer.
Oh, my God. And Naito keeping it locked. Shibata trying to kick him off with the free leg. And, oh.
Shibata's kicks look so freaking brutal. So
and
stiff.
Shibata, between the match with Styles and now this match with Naito, I mean, how much more can that leg take? Oh, my God. Oh, adding even further torque on it. Oh.
You really gotta wonder how many matches Shibata's leg is gonna last if everyone that he faces keeps picking on it like this.
Absolutely. And now Shibata, I like this here, scales up the ropes, you know, gets that weight redistributed. And now forearms here. Naito still has the leg trapped. Shibata, oh my God, how many forearms? And
And just a slap from Naito, and another one.
And Insiguri there.
Wow! Shibata even had the wherewithal to catch the first kick But then Naito, almost as if he knew it was coming with the Enziguri. But now Shibata. Oh, Shibata with the sleeper.
Oh, could this put Naito out here?
It looks like the arm might have recovered a bit, at least enough for him to be able to effectively lock this in.
Oh, this could be it for Naito. He's in the center of the ring, perfect positioning. But look at Naito. I think he's trying to grab the bad arm.
Yeah, he is.
I wonder if he's going to try and do anything offensive with it, or if he's just going to try and shift the weight a little bit so it's easier to move. But oh, look at Shibata, not any give. No give. And Naito not giving up, though. Still working on that arm, trying to work it over.
Is he going to crank it maybe?
Maybe. He's got to alleviate the pressure
No,
somehow.
but Shibata, again, locking in the sleeper. Naito, man, when a sleeper's been locked in for this long, you would expect the guy to be out.
And now, I think Naito's fading.
Yeah.
This could be it here. I think we can call it.
Look
I
how
think
deep
Shibata.
he has that cinched in, too.
Oh, wait.
Into the kick.
Oh, what a kick
that
pin him.
Over.
1, 2, 3 count.
Great match. Shibata showed so much fire in that match, man.
I don't know how his leg is even holding together.
That was probably my favorite Naito match, too, and I even saw the match he had with Styles at Wrestle Kingdom, but I think I enjoyed this one more.
I like this new Naito, I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's weird how a simple change of character like that can make such a difference, but before, I mean, if you would have asked me after Wrestle Kingdom, I would have said that Naito was basically the Kofi Kingston of New Japan. But now I have completely changed my opinion about him.
That's amazing, because you've actually gone on record, I think, when we've done live reactions or, analyzed New Japan shows, and you've said that exact statement, that Naito is the Kofi Kingston of New Japan. But this new attitude of Naito, he may not have gotten the win, but much like Styles did to Shibata, I'd say Naito really took Shibata to school, and he forced Shibata to go to distance.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if there is a WWE comparison for Naito anymore, and I like that because it's a very unique situation.
Absolutely, and Naito now being held to the back here, and he doesn't want it. He doesn't want it.
Oh, yeah. He said, "Screw off, young boys. I don't need your help. I'll handle myself."
And you know what?
Out there with an Andre the Giant shirt.
Despite the fact that Naito lost to Shibata and Styles beat Shibata prior to that, I have confidence that this Naito could get an upset over AJ Styles in the Wrestle Kingdom 9 return match.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be a thing. I don't know.
I mean, I believe it. I would have believed it more had he beaten Shibata here, which obviously didn't happen.
Yeah.
But don't count it out. And
of course, our main event, because even though that match was incredible, you can't have a main event without freaking Hiroshi Tanahashi in it.
Absolutely.
The Tanahashi New Japan ace versus the NWA champion right now.
Absolutely. Tanahashi versus Tenzan, and what should be a unique matchup to round out our tournament matchups for the day. But man, I gotta say that Shibata Naito match, I think is gonna take my match of the night. That was that was amazing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I think we knew that it would be amazing going into it, but it lived up to expectations. Let me just put it that way.
Oh, certainly. And again, if you're Naito, it's got to be frustrating looking at a 1-1 record. But I mean, Shibata's looking at the same. It's just crazy. I mean, just how people are doing, in this whole tournament. Now I think Tenzan's going to be making his way out first. Again, beat Rob Conway to become the NWA World Champion. And
sure did.
Tenzan, I mean, there are two things that we always kind of note about him. One is horrible hair, at least if you're Ashton, and if you're me, those Mongolian chops that he's really known for. And I gotta tell you, I don't know what to expect from this matchup. I'm thinking Tanahashi goes 2-0. What do you think, Ashton?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's funny because one of these guys is going to take a loss, which, I mean, I know sounds obvious, but I say that because they're both coming in with, clean records. Yeah. Both 1-0 right now.
Oh.
So one of them is going to have...
because this is the only match that can say that, because the first match of the night, Ibushi and Gallows were both 0-1, and every other match has had one 0-1 guy and one 1-0 guy, and now we've got two 1-0 guys, so that it makes sense. I think the matches actually went in perfect order tonight, because you started with the two guys that didn't have a win yet, and then you had the three matches where you had one guy with a win and one guy without, and now we've got the two guys with a win, so it makes sense that this would be the main event. So I can't even crap on New Japan for that. That makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you think about it with that kind of logic, It's hard to deny, and Tenzan looking pretty game for this matchup, and he's going to have to be because, I mean, I like to take my little pot shots at Tanahashi. Sure, it's one of the fun things we get to do on a thing like live reactions, but there is nobody more game than Tanahashi. I mean, that's why I say he is one of the men, one of the premier athletes of New Japan. We call him the John Cena of New Japan, for God's sakes. Maybe even the Hulk Hogan before him. And, Tanahashi, he's as legit as they come, and Tenzan better know that. And I think he does. Tenzan's certainly no slouch. Like you said it best. I think it was yesterday. If you're in G1, you're no slouch, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I know people would never want to make this comparison because there's no character similarities, but as far as the role that they played, Tanahashi really is the Stone Cold Steve Austin of New Japan, because if you look at the situations that the WWF at the time and New Japan were in before those guys showed up respectively, and the heights that those guys again respectively took those companies to, it's very similar situations, because before Stone Cold Steve Austin was a thing in WWF, they were getting some of their lowest TV ratings ever. They were struggling to even get half of a building sold out. They were doing horrible business, and then Stone Cold showed up, and over the course of a year or two, he built them up to the point that they were getting better numbers than even to this day they've ever gotten. Hiroshi Tanahashi is kind of in the same situation. New Japan in the early to mid 2000s were in a really awful funk. They were, I don't know if I would go as far as to say that they were nearly going out of business, but that is a distinct possibility. And then Hiroshi Tanahashi showed up, and he really did kind of almost single-handedly dig them out of that ditch. And obviously he had some help along the way, but I think most of the credit is definitely supposed to be given to him.
and I think when you bring a company back from the brink of death, I mean, it's no wonder that they prize and cherish Tanahashi as they do. I mean, the Wrestle Kingdom main events, the world title reigns, and I don't even say that, negatively. I think, when you do that kind of a service to a company, that's the one time where I think politics are almost permissible, or perks, or whatever term you want to use.
Yeah.
But, hey, ain't nobody gonna bail Tanahashi out here. There are
No,
no
and
favors,
nobody
no
should
anything like
have
that.
to.
Exactly. I mean, because, again, say what you will about the guy, but he can back it up. And Tenzan, man, he may be the NWA World Champion. But no offense to Rob Conway. Rob Conway is no Tanahashi.
No, definitely not.
So we will see. And really, Doc Gallows even before Tanahashi, because that's where Tenzan got his one win.
Yeah, and Doc Gallows, I believe, is still hasn't gotten on the board. He's 0-2 now after losing to Ibushi tonight.
Exactly. And now Tanahashi immediately just takes Tenzan against the ropes. And if you're Tenzan, I mean, I don't know how you approach this. I mean, we've been, singing the praises of Tanahashi pretty much since the opening bell, and wow, what a slap to Tenzan there. But if you're Tenzan, I just wonder, like, how do you approach this? How do you take on a guy like Tanahashi?
Very carefully.
I think that's the only way you can do it, really.
Remember that it's a marathon and not a sprint.
And I think that's the best mindset you can have. Because here's the thing. Although I think Tenzan might actually be older than Tanahashi, so I can't even say, like, the age differential.
Well, I can I can pull Tenzan's little page up here, and I can tell you how old he is.
Well, while you're
Which
doing that, I mean,
Tenzan
yeah.
is 44 years old, so yeah, quite a bit older than Tanahashi.
Yes, I guess the inverse is true. Nice leg pick there by Tanahashi well, he was trying to go for the side headlock, but I think Tenzan was able to recover.
And if you're Hiroyoshi Tenzan, knowing not only the age difference, but the fact that Tanahashi, despite his age, or regardless of his age even, is known for having just peak physical conditioning. If you're Tenzan, I don't even know what your game plan can be, because you don't want to drag this out into a war of attrition. Tanahashi will win every time.
Absolutely. And I think you're absolutely on the money with that assessment. I think if you're Tenzan, the goal here is to end it quickly. But then again, I think you find that is almost an impossibility because it's Tanahashi. I mean, the guy has a threshold, of resiliency that's just absolutely
I
ridiculous.
think if you're Hiroyoshi Tenzan, you're taking a page or two out of Toru Yano's book, and you're trying to get some quick, cheap roll-ups here.
Absolutely.
See if you can put Tanahashi away, catch him off guard, anything.
And now Tanahashi trying to again shoulder block Tenzan. Tenzan saying, come on, is that the best you've got? Come on, give me all you got. And Tenzan firing up. And now he shoulder blocks Tanahashi.
Well, and
And
all this posturing it's for naught, because you're not going to get a pin on Hiroshi Tanahashi off of a shoulder block.
Yeah, but Ashton, maybe it's the confidence that Tenzan needs. You know, again, you're in there with one of the all-time greats, the all-time great.
I can't
of New
emphasize this
Japan.
enough, though. Building up your confidence like that seems to me like a long-term plan. It seems like you're trying to kind of build yourself up to win this in the long term, and you're not going to beat Tanahashi in a long match.
Right. And now, oh, look at that. Tanahashi kicking off Tenzan.
Yeah.
Tenzan, I think, got a little overzealous after successfully executing those Mongolian chops earlier.
You know, it's funny, the more I think about it, the more this really feels like a hopeless situation for Tenzan.
It really does, but maybe we're in for an upset. I mean, hell, I didn't give Carl Anderson much of a shot to beat Shinsuke Nakamura yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think you did either. I don't really think anybody did, to be fair. And that's
But you know what, though? You
Carl
could
Anderson.
look at Nakamura and you could look at Anderson and you could say, okay, Nakamura clearly has the reach advantage and he's faster and more agile and more flexible. But Carl Anderson pretty clearly also had the stopping power advantage and the pure power advantage. And he used that. He used that power advantage to stiff some of Nakamura's stuff and to ensure that he would lock in some of those cravats for him to get those cutters. And that's a clear-cut advantage that he had. I don't know if I can say that Tenzan has any clear-cut advantage over Tanahashi right now.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. I mean, Tanahashi, you want to talk about a well-rounded performer. You're seeing it in him right there.
Yeah.
And now Tenzan getting that breather. I mean, he's in control for the moment, but I want to emphasize that last part, for the moment. You know, a lot of guys can say, oh, I was controlling Tanahashi for the moment, but how did the match end? And then that's when their
and right
voice
there,
trailed. Yeah.
Hashi with the jawbuster.
Exactly. Because if you ask anybody, how did your match with Tanahashi end? I guarantee you their voice trails off and they avert your gaze because they know they lost to him on that night. And Tenzan may just be another in that story.
Guys, I had Tanahashi. I was in control. I had him. Yeah, how'd it end? Oh, well, I mean, he beat me, but you know.
High fly flow, 3 count. And Tanahashi.
I wonder how many guys have had to say that before.
I think more than you and I have time to count.
Yeah.
Here as we reach the end here of G1 Climax, this main event match between Tanahashi and Tenzan. And now Tanahashi, man. I mean, you know what I think the thing is with Tanahashi? When you're as good as Tanahashi is, I mean, I don't think there is anything as like getting to him psychologically. I mean, maybe Toru Yano with those roll-ups, maybe Tanahashi's just like, what the heck is going on? But against a guy like Tenzan, I don't see it.
That's the thing too, is that like Tanahashi, if you're gonna beat this guy, you need to have absolutely impeccable physical conditioning, and you need to take him to the limit in a long, drawn-out match where you find a way to wear him down enough. I don't think Tenzan is necessarily in that peak physical condition. But you look at guys like Okada and Nakamura and even AJ Styles, I would say, and those are the kind of guys that are in that kind of condition where they can take Tanahashi to 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and hang for that long, just long enough to kind of wear him down so that one big move could potentially put him away.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, and that's the thing with Tanahashi is the peak physical conditioning thing is great, but when it comes down to it, he is a freaking great wrestler too on top of that.
Absolutely. You know, I just feel like Tanahashi, again, like I said.
And how demeaning must this be if you're Hiroshi Tenzan with another man twisting your head and shoving his balls on your head at the same time?
As if to say, you know, like, almost as if I own Tenzan. Yeah. You know, I'm just that much better than Tenzan. And
I can do whatever I want to this guy, and he's not going to do anything to respond.
Absolutely, but Tenzan is trying to respond, but then Tanahashi kind of shuts it, or tried to with a headbutt, but it's Tanahashi that kind of recoils in pain.
See, that's an advantage. That's something that I could see winning Tenzan this match. Oh, Tanahashi responds with Mongolian chops of his own.
I can't believe that. And now Tanahashi, what a throw by Tenzan there.
Very nice.
Tanahashi was coming off the ropes. And
Tenzan needs to start using his head. He needs to turn into Hanma right now and throw some headbutts at Hashi.
Absolutely. It goes back to those Mongolian chops. I think Tenzan has just been embarrassed and humiliated throughout most of this match, and enough is enough, he says. And now this could be his moment. There's the clothesline in the corner that has control of the arm in the front face lock. Could it be a suplex? Are we thinking suplex? And we are.
Yep. Vertical.
Tenzan now, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but again, firm control for Tenzan. But I'd like to emphasize for the moment. You know, that's the way Tanahashi matches are told, folks. And Tenzan now, man, maybe he'll go off the ropes. Yes, he will. He is going off the ropes, but he took too much time. Tanahashi there fights back, but gets clotheslined again for his efforts.
Yep, Tenzan's keeping control relatively well right now. You just have to wonder if Tanahashi's going to have it in him to make a comeback. Oh, going into an anaconda vice here. Tenzan loves those snake-based submissions. Remember, he won the NWA World title with a Cobra Clutch of all things.
Absolutely, but I mean, and this is another thing about Tanahashi, and I know people are probably thinking, what, is this the Tanahashi hour? But he had such great ring awareness and situational awareness, he slithered right to the nearest rope and broke that hold.
Slithered like the snake, like the anaconda in the anaconda.
Yeah, see, you infected my way of thinking. You're talking about those snake-based maneuvers, and I just had to say slither, so now the circle's complete. The serpent's eating its tail. See, now we're done.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's closing it right there. Tenzan wants the vertical suplex here, though. It looks like Hashi's not going to let him get it. Oh, Tenzan stiffed Hashi as well.
We've reached an impasse, folks.
Oh, they're so close. Someone's going to get it here. No.
Look at that. Tanahashi saying, screw this.
Yeah.
And then, hung his throat up on the rope.
Einstein's definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, and Tanahashi realized that and changed it up.
Absolutely. And it proved effective because it took Tenzan off his feet. And now Tanahashi's scaling the top rope.
Are we going to get a standing high fly flow? No, he's going to just jump over him. I think he wanted the high fly flow, though. I thought he was going to hit a sling blade there, but he goes into the sleeper.
I did as well, Ashton, but yeah, and I guess this is smart strategy. I mean, Tenzan is a bigger guy. If you're Tanahashi, you want to get the blood flowing to the head, and now look at this. Switch to a Dragon Sleeper. Excellent transition.
Yeah, it's not every day you see a Dragon Sleeper used as a rest hold.
Absolutely. Now, Tanahashi really cranking back on it, too.
Do you know how freaking painful it is to actually use a Dragon Sleeper sometimes? Like, I've tried to do a Dragon Sleeper before, and it actually hurts your own shoulder almost more than it hurts the other person.
I can imagine, my friend. It's got to be excruciating, but Tanahashi fighting through the pain, as did Tenzan to get to the ropes. This match is still going, and now, I didn't know if Tanahashi was thinking maybe abdominal stretch, but he's got the waist lock. Maybe like a German.
But Tenzan's not going to let him get anything. Tenzan off the ropes. Oh, Hashi with a little bit of a drop kick of his own. Not the prettiest, but it staggered Tenzan. Not enough, though. Tenzan with the spinning heel kick of doom.
Absolutely. And now I think we're really seeing the depths of Tenzan's ability and his resiliency. I feel like we really haven't seen it prior to this. He beat Gallows in his first matchup, and then, of course, he won the NWA World title off of Rob Conway, but nobody's going to push you to your limit like Tanahashi. Nobody.
And that's the beautiful thing. Tanahashi, that's the one thing I will say he and John Cena have in common. Because of the fact that he gets longer matches than just about everyone else, he can also have amazing matches with just about anyone.
Exactly, and now Tenzan going to the top rope here. This is not something I'd advise.
What do we think he's going to go for, though? Maybe it's just like a senton or a splash?
Headbutt.
Yeah, he wanted a headbutt. Oh, Hashi going to the top rope. He's so quick when he does this. He definitely wants a high fly flow.
You know what he's thinking? And the knees by Tenzan.
Knees up by Tenzan. That could be the opening. That could be it. That could be the opening Tenzan needs.
Great
he needs to capitalize, though. He's not even on his feet yet. He's not capitalizing.
Yeah, not capitalizing like he should be. And see, this is what we talked about with conditioning and endurance. I feel like if it was an Ibushi or a Styles, they already would have made something of it by now.
Definitely. That's my thought exactly. Tenzan is not in peak physical condition, and even if he was, he's 44 years old, and you've got to think that wears on you as well.
Absolutely. Misses the clothesline. Tanahashi now goes off the rope. Oh, double clothesline. Both men taken out.
And Tanahashi's selling it like death.
Hey, if I'm Tenzan, I just drape an arm over and try and get a cover. I mean, I know it probably wouldn't be enough, and that's the exact thought he had. That's
exactly what he's doing, yeah. 1.
Body.
2. No.
And Tanahashi kicked out. Oh, but now look at this. Tenzan. Perfect positioning, center of the ring. And I think he's got the vice. He's got the vice.
He's got to get his hips up. He's got to get his hips up.
He's gotta shift those hips, get them up, alleviate some of that pressure. And if I'm Tanahashi, I mean, hell, I would even try kneeing Tenzan in the back of the head. I mean, why not? I think his legs have the reach
I mean, why
capability.
knee him when you can punch him? Your left hand's right there.
Absolutely. But you know what? The left arm may be weak when trapped in a hold like that because you're just so consumed by the pain. I don't know. And oh, look at that. Oh, Tanahashi's arm just sank. Wow. I mean, Tenzan's really cranking that hold. Oh, Tanahashi trying to shift. Can he get to that rope?
No, I don't think he wants to get to the rope. I think he wants to reverse it.
Oh, but we've seen guys trying to do this before, Ashton. Usually Tenzan just imposes his will and slams him back down to the mat. And we're going to see it again here, and we do.
That would hurt your arms so much.
2. And Tanahashi kicks out. Again, I mean, this is a guy that's gone bell to bell with AJ Styles and Okada. Tenzan has got to find something in himself that maybe he doesn't even know he has to beat Tanahashi.
It looks like he wants something.
Maybe a Cobra
Are we maybe
Clutch.
going to get a Cobra Clutch? Yeah, that's my thought exactly.
And yes, it is. And look, I think he's going to be okay with the seated variation. I thought he was going to yank Tanahashi up. And now look at this. He even goes to the floor with Tanahashi. But Tanahashi reverses pinning combination too. And Tenzan broke the hold just in time. Had he kept it in just a second longer, Tanahashi would have won this match, Ashton. Definitely one of the more controversial decisions of this tournament.
Well, I don't know what makes the decision controversial. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe just the way it came about. Because, I mean, you have that submission hold locked in. And just that lack of awareness in that 1 second. And, the headbutt to the gut. Oh, my God.
What do we think Tenzan's going to go for now that he has a little bit of a leg up?
Well, he just did the throat slit. Maybe a brain buster? No, trying to lift him up for something, but Tanahashi's stiffing him there. And now, neck breaker by Tanahashi.
Oh, that looked brutal. Spinning neck breaker at that.
Oh, Tanahashi feeling it. I think Tanahashi knows. Sling blade here. Yes.
There it is. Yep, sling blade.
Cover. Had to get the leg hooked.
2.
And Tenzan kicks out.
Go up to the high fly flow. Here we go. Tanahashi's going for it.
I
never thought I'd see the day that I'd actually be cheering for Tanahashi, but Tenzan's hair is just so enraging.
Oh, and he hit it. 2, 3 count. There it is.
Did you see the pain on Tenzan's face? It looked like he was trying to kick out, but he just couldn't muster up the power to do it.
Absolutely. I mean, Tenzan may have kicked out of the sling blade, but he just couldn't mount a counter.
It might have been that.
Recovering from it.
I mean, it might have just been that horrible mullet holding him down.
Yeah, maybe it has its own gravitational pull, huh?
Exactly. Well, there we go. Tenzan 1-1, and maybe we'll see Tenzan versus Ibushi next, because they're both 1-1 now.
Absolutely.
We know Tanahashi. I mean, I think Tanahashi and Styles, I believe, are the only 2 undefeated people left in the A block.
Could be a sign of things to come.
I wonder if we're going to get Tanahashi versus Styles on, I bet it would be Sunday, I guess.
And I mean, whatever the case, Tenzan very disappointed in himself.
Well, and you can't really blame him. I mean, it was a match that looked pretty much impossible for him going in, and he had it. He had that Cobra Clutch locked in. He just had to figure out ahead of time that you can reverse that into a pinning combination, and he didn't. So the lack of foresight there really hurt him.
I think the critical mistake that we should probably talk about here isn't even that he had to break the hold because of the pinning combination, because I mean, you want to stay in the match. It was going into the ground with Tanahashi in the first place. Yeah. I feel like either he should have kept that seated variation on him, or he should have yanked him up and had the vertical position, shades of slaughter and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think going to the ground with Tanahashi made it easier for Tanahashi to maybe kind of shift his weight, shift the momentum, and just get that pinning combination. And,
I'm trying, man. I'm trying to find the Styles Tanahashi match, but it doesn't look like it happens for a while.
Wow.
I thought it would have been awesome. Oh, there it is. It's on August 14th. It's so far away.
Wow.
3 weeks until we get that match. I guarantee you they're not going to be undefeated by then. I think AJ Styles might even lose his match on Sunday against Kota Ibushi.
That is going to be, I mean, I know I call some matches a barn burner. That is the epitome of it right there.
Well, not only that, but we're also getting Hashi taking on Naito, so that should be good too.
Wow.
Yeah, two major matches set for Sunday. But tomorrow, we're getting Shinsuke Nakamura versus Yuji Nagata and Kazuchika Okada taking on Tomoaki Hanma.
And if I'm not mistaken, we also have Carl Anderson in another matchup
Carl
against the.
Anderson will be taking off Hiroki Goto, Intercontinental Champion, as you pointed out. We'll also have Satoshi Kojima versus Michael Elgin. And the final match, which should be, I mean, at least very interesting based on the different personalities, Tomohiro Ishii versus Yujiro Takahashi.
Oh my God. Tomorrow is stacked, guys. We got everything from the Pitbull to Unbreakable to Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun. Can't miss tomorrow, day 4 of G1 Climax. And again, be sure to get all of your best commentary right here on TwitWow. Man, what a night it was for Tanahashi, 2-0 in the G1 tournament.
And I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. As much as I was cheering for Tanahashi to win that match, I'm not trying to sit around for 15 minutes watching him do air guitar. So we will see you all for, well, I mean, first of all, we're probably going to do live reactions to ROH's show tonight, Death Before Dishonor. But most importantly, G1 Climax tomorrow, the B Block.